All right, well, welcome to the Super Earth Podcast. This is a Helldivers 2 podcast. I'm DB. Let's introduce yourselves, my two other co-hosts.
I'm Snuff. Some people call me Joel, some people call me Mountain Ape. I'm your Mountain Ape from the north, all over in Norway. I'm the high level here, probably. I think the other guys are a little bit low. But that's alright, nothing wrong with that. We all gotta get there.
And I'm Bacon. I'm also known as Bacon, and I'm low level, so anyone who doesn't know how to play the game, you'll be able to relate to me mostly.
That's actually a great... We were talking about this, Snuff and I. We were talking about the dynamic. Like, he's level 150, so it's like every time I have questions, I just ask them. Yeah, I ask him. He has all the answers.
That's kind of why I'm here, I guess.
Let's start with let's tell me your ship names. What's your ship name, Snuff?
Mine is the SES, Harbinger of Destruction.
And Bacon?
Mine is the SES Song of Perseverance.
All right, mine's the I think it's the SES Aegis of Freedom or Liberty. Nice. I forget now. I have to check. I think it's Freedom.
I can see it because I'm in the game as well. You know, it's the Aegis of Starlight. If you're wondering.
Oh. So have you guys done any like hell dives recently, or jumped in and like been playing the game?
Yes, I mean, you see me on almost every day. Today has been a little bit of a weird day. Had to stay up to wait for you guys. You know, it's 3 a.m. Been hell diving since I got home from work, like I usually do every day. You know.
I personally haven't played since they released the last episode. Whenever they release an episode, that's when I'm like, oh yeah, I love this game. I love democracy and freedom and liberty. This is great. But in the dark days, it's like, oh man, well, I guess they're not here anymore.
Maybe we should acknowledge that this is kind of the season 2 episode. So Super Earth Podcast just ended their first season with Mike and Lito, the normal hosts. They kind of announced that they're done. And they put out like a little word for your listeners, and like, if you want to take over the reins, take your shot. Let's shoot a little episode and try it out. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, when I kind of love listening to Super Earth Podcast because it makes me want to play the game. So I'll pop in an episode and listen to it, and just kind of like I'll jump on the game immediately that night because I'll be thinking about it at work all day.
Oh yeah, I mean, we'll go into more into it later for the top 5, but just listening to them at work, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so excited about the game. They're so excited about trying new things, going in dives, trying to go higher levels, playing with the community, the Discord. And I'm like, man, I want to be home right now. I want to launch the game. Let me dive for democracy. Let me get there, please.
Hell yeah. It is kind of hard to not think about democracy, you know? It is liberty, democracy, and freedom. What better is there? Totally not fascism. We don't do that thing. Only democracy. Only
democracy's in our blood.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, are you guys day one like helldivers, or did you like me? I think I just saw it on TikTok a whole bunch of times, and I had to try it out, and then I fell in love with the game.
And unfortunately not. I knew about the game, but I couldn't buy it immediately, so I didn't join until the day after the Malevolent Creek stuff ended.
Dang. I started after Christmas because I got Christmas money, and I'm like, I'm buying Helldivers. And actually, my coworker also got Helldivers for Christmas, so really I have him to thank.
And that's so funny that you mentioned Malevolent Creek, because I remember seeing the TikToks for it. Like, people would make the ballad of Malevolent Creek. And so I jumped on and I started playing like right after we beat Malevolent Creek. Like, I think I beat the tutorial, and whenever you log into your ship for the first time, like when you come back after a day, like it kind of shows you what has happened, while you've been gone. It's like that day in Malevelon Creek we finally took it back. So I never got to participate in it.
Yeah.
So you guys joined pretty much at the same time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I've been playing it pretty much non-stop since then. As long as I have time, but I have time most of the times. But it's never too late to join the forces of democracy. Never too late.
Never too late.
I played it like right then, and then I played it. I'm looking at my hours now. I have about 100 hours. So as soon as I started playing it, like I went nonstop for I don't know how long, like a month or two. Like I was playing it like every day, and then then I just kind of like fell off, and I'm playing it just occasionally from now on.
Share to the world how many hours you have, Snuff.
I have. Let's see. I have 830 hours currently.
Cheapers.
That's crazy. Do you think that this is like the most hours you have in one game?
It is not, but this is definitely the game that I've been racking out hours the quickest, I would say.
What's your number one, out of curiosity?
Number one, that is... Ooh,
the most hours.
Oh, no, I remember. It is a very old game called Jurassic Park Operation Genesis from the early 2000s. Because that one I have about 7,000 hours in.
Whoa!
Oh, jeez.
I've never even heard of that.
It's an old game. Fucking love that game. Fucking glorious. But yeah, it's... I played that one a lot. It's a single-player game. You basically just make the Jurassic Park park yourself.
Yo, actually, that sounds fun.
It is very fun. The new Jurassic World Evolution games are based on that game.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy.
But the old game, you could create random shaped islands and just make your whole park from scratch wherever you wanted on the island, unlike the new games where you're limited to a small area.
Yeah. Yo, a lot of games like that, I feel like there's a lot of games where they get worse, like the newer ones that come out. I remember playing Mech Warrior 3 and you could you have all the stuff to control, and like the new ones it's kind of like an arcade version.
It is like that for most games. I will say though that for the most part I will say Helldivers, however, has gotten an upgrade from the first game.
Oh, yeah. Did you play the first one?
I did play it back when I had a PlayStation. I did recently buy it on PC as well. Very wonky to play on PC, so next time I play it, I'm gonna hook up my controller, that's for sure.
So let's talk about some of like the more recent Helldivers stuff. Like, what's the most recent things have been added? We're not gonna get into patch notes at this time, but like I know they added like a new Terminid. Remind me of the other things they added.
Yeah, they added a new Terminids, which is the Predator strain. That many people probably know by now. They are new stalkers and new hunters, basically. So you have a roaming stalker now that just roams around, so they don't need a nest like the old stalkers does. A little bit smaller, a little bit weaker, but they are faster, doesn't cloak as much, and a little bit more aggressive. There can be a lot of them. The hunters, they're kind of like the stalkers, because they do go invisible. They stay invisible all up until they get right next to you, and then they spit acid. They're hit a little bit harder than the other hunters. Yeah.
Okay, I haven't had a chance to play that actually. Like, I think you and I were playing Helldive yesterday, and we're doing automatons, and today we did. Oh, today this is actually fun. We could talk about it a little bit. Today I tried the hardest difficulty for the first time. It was my first game doing it, and yeah, it was Illuminate. But I am excited to go back to the Terminids and fight those stalkers and hunters, because I haven't fought Terminids in a long time. I'm ready to get bug blood on my hands.
Oh, we're going back there soon enough. But yeah, what else is new, really? They did some patches, fixed some aiming problems. There was, in the before the quick patch they did now, there was an aiming problem, especially for the AMR, so you didn't shoot where it actually aimed. That was a big problem, but they fixed that. Still some wonky stuff, of course. You can use a jump pack, kick in the air to stop yourself from falling. The Hulks flop around, they start flying. You know, the regular Helldiver stuff.
Yeah.
That's all right.
That actually, I kind of do have a question. How do you feel like the game feels now, from when it first launched to like how it is now? Like, I know it's like had a little growing pains, and they've nerfed stuff and they patched stuff and they buffed stuff. Do you think like we could even take it case by case? Like, do you think the weapons are at a good spot? Do you think they need to be changed? Do you think stratagems are really good? Do you think they're weak?
I think for the most parts, all weapons are fairly well balanced now. There are some outliers that are a little bit overkill compared to the enemy side, I would say, like the recoilless. I know a lot of people love that thing, but the problem is right now is everyone picks the recoilless. If you go into random matches nowadays on bot side especially, everyone have a recoilless. You pretty much just not struggle at all. You don't have the hopelessness that you had before. Like, of course, I'm a little bit biased because I've been playing this a lot, obviously. But
just a little bit.
But when you can one shot everything in the game with it, it is fun, but it makes it a little bit imbalanced compared to the enemies.
Yeah.
So I do really hope they add more enemies. They have done it on the bug side now. We're missing the bot and the Illuminate side. Illuminates are way too easy right now.
On that, really quick, Bacon, how do you feel about the Illuminate? Because that's what Snuff's been saying.
Yeah, so the coworker that got me into Helldivers, he's like all in for Illuminate. So anytime I join him, it's in an Illuminate world. So I kind of got used to being a bit more cautious with not trying to get swarmed by the voteless, and then trying to work with my teammates to take down the harvesters. I'll use the Quasar cannon to shoot down the shield, and then they'll do something else to take it down. But compared to Automaton and Terminids, they feel a lot easier to manage because there's not as many different kinds to throw me off, I guess.
Like, what difficulties are you playing Illumina at versus like Terminids and Automatons? Like, for me, back when I was playing really consistently, I was doing Hell Dive everything, like all the time. So I got really good at Hell Dive Automaton. So when I switched to Terminid, it was like, oh, what am I? It's harder to do Hell Dive for me for Terminid because I don't know what weapons are. I don't have the groove going.
Right.
Which difficulties are you doing for each one?
So since I'm never really a solo player and I always join in with someone else, they're doing super hell dives, and with the Illuminate, I'm able to kind of keep my bearings, kind of keep up, and take out a few enemies. But oh my gosh, I joined one game from the Discord, and they were doing Automaton level 10, and there was just gunships everywhere, tanks all around, the big guys, and then the guys with the chainsaws, and I'm like, I'm laying down at the dropship. Whenever you guys come back, call me. I'm too scared to move right now. But yeah, it really just depends on who I join. I'm able to kind of stay alive and call stratagems and help out, but going on, I'm probably level 7 for automatons versus level 10. I can keep ahead on Illuminate.
Okay. I am excited to I mean, like I said, I played with Snuff. I think we did 2 missions of Illuminate at the Super Hell Dive, so I'm excited to try that out on Automaton and Terminid. And
hell yeah, we're going to do that soon. Of course we are. But yeah, I think the Illuminates will get harder fairly soon, maybe a couple of months from now. Because right now it's, as they have said, it is just the invasion fleet right now, so they're just gathering up forces and strengthening themselves, so we'll see more enemies eventually.
Did you play the first Helldivers?
I did.
A lot of the first Helldivers?
No.
Okay.
I did not. Just a little bit.
I played it a little bit too, but there I only played bugs, and moving to here, I'm like, oh, actually, there's a full game that I'm missing. I was gonna ask if you knew if there were different kinds of Illuminate that have yet to be announced.
Yes.
Okay.
That's true. I don't remember all the names of them, but there are certain Illuminates, like one of them that can kind of control your mind. So that one,
Oh, jeez.
we will probably see that one coming. I would imagine that is one of the first one they had, because that one inverts your control in the old game. So basically, if you go forward,
no.
you go backwards.
Oh no. I'm already going backwards half the time. That's not gonna be fun.
Oh, I'm gonna love it when they add it. I'm a sucker for a challenge.
Oh man.
Yo, so Snuff, right before we started filming this episode, we were playing a Super Hell Dive, and it wasn't. What was the guy's name? It wasn't the guy that was level 150. It was the other one. Do you recall?
Darth, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I think it was Darth, and he was saying something funny. He was like, you know that trend on TikTok where it's like, so demure, so.
Very demure.
He was like
Very demure.
He said very democratic, very patriotic,
very liberty.
Very liberty.
Which brings up the funny thing. We were talking about this yesterday as well. We were saying, what is the most democratic font? What is the most?
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
Didn't I find one that was pretty funny? I found one that was definitely not the most democratic one.
Yeah.
And that is the Roboto, because there's obviously automatons. So Roboto guys, do not even touch that shit. But you have the trebuchet, and we all love trebuchets. We all love them, especially now with the Hellbomb backpack. Fucking love that. Just toss it down. Toss down your AT emplacement. Jump on top of it, yeets you over to the enemies, sacrifice yourself for super rares, baby.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you sent a clip of that, of somebody doing that, and that was so.
That was so good.
So good.
Yeah.
Are there any other clips that you've seen recently that like? Because for me, it's like when I first started playing Helldivers, because of the clips that I saw, dude. Because like one of the first clips I ever saw of Helldivers 2 was this dude just getting like, he was playing automatons and just like getting run down with dudes with chainsaw arms and stuff. So
it happens. It happens. We all die, even us high levels. You know. Yeah, there's a lot of really good clips nowadays. People are gotten very good at animating as well. So there's a lot of good animations from the game. Really good. It's almost like watching a short film.
Oh yeah, on Instagram there's a whole page. I think it's called Helldivers something official. Helldivers Club official hub.
Yeah, there's so many. I can't even remember the names.
So
of
many.
Them. My whole fucking Instagram is just filled up with Helldivers stuff.
Oh yeah. But I think they had
it.
one. They had one that featured a short film of hell diving into the earth, and it takes the pod and zooms out, and then it starts going through ships. There's explosions everywhere.
Oh yeah, I saw that one earlier.
Very
today.
dramatic, and I'm like, wow, I want to play.
Yeah. That one was very cool.
Yo, so another thing we were talking about, Helldiver equipment and Helldiver weapons, and I've seen people online say the Helldiver weapons are like finely tuned, custom and stuff, but then I look at the lore and it's like, I don't think so, right? Like I think canonically you're pumping as many Helldivers into the fight as possible. So the armor is probably the cheapest, fastest you can get. The guns are mass produced. But it's also funny because in my mind, Helldivers, that's a special purpose like unit, right? That's special forces. They're not doing like normal grunt infantry stuff. Whereas like, you know, I think you see, and maybe Snuff could help me out here, but I think you see SEP troops sometimes. Like you see the body of SEP troops.
Yeah.
And they don't seem as customized or as like high, you know. So it's like weird. Yeah. Are Helldivers special forces? Are they mass produced? What's going on?
Yeah, are they really? Because, you know, the thing is, I have a feeling that the regular SEP troops are just more like home defense guys. while the Helldivers is a very expendable force lore-wise, because in the lore you have people who become Helldivers, and they're very, very young. They pretty much start before they're 18, and then when they're 18, they can become an official Helldiver. And if you look at how everything works, every man, woman, or child above age 7 is working. So, yeah, are we really any special forces, really? Or are we just an expendable grunt unit? Because I think we're actually pretty expendable. Because if you think about it, when you drop in, you die all the time. And if you're using the Viper Commando armor, you can see your skin color changes. Because they're different people. We are not clones in the lore. We're just different people. Mm-hmm. So when you do your training, that person who finishes the training, because most people die in training on the fucking turrets there where you have to crawl through them. I sure did. I didn't die. But yeah, that person is just sent up to one of the ships and is frozen down. Yeah. So most likely, they haven't confirmed this, but most likely the democracy officer that is at the war table on your ship, that is the person you actually are, because you're the captain of the ship. You're just sending down troops on troops on troops. That's all you do.
So do you think there's like a canonical explanation for like why we might have different armor, whereas you could assume that pretty much anybody coming out of that basic training, because that's what that is. That's like basic. That's not a 2-year selection process for special forces. So it's like, so it's like, how do we come out of the? Is there a canonical explanation for how you come out of the Hell Pods with this crazy armor, all these souped up weapons? Is the ship commander picking your weapons? And when you die and you get a reinforcement call in, who's picking the weapon, grenade, and pistol that person's diving?
I would say that is like, since there's so many frozen down Helldivers on one ship, they can just pick a selection. And if you think about timer-wise, why it takes so long for it to actually drop in is because another one is getting ready, suiting up, picking the right weapons. So you can think about it that way. And also, you also see everything in third-person view, so you can think of it like all Helldivers maybe have a drone following them, actually. So the captain of the ship can actually see what's going on down there and get everything ready. So, and if you think about real life stuff in the army and stuff, they have different people in each squad to do each thing. So if you have a squad here in Helldivers, kind of works the same way. One is specialized for demolition, one is maybe for recon, and so on and so on. But why they're already so fast? I don't know, man. Gotta ask Super Earth. But we don't question Super Earth, because Super Earth is perfect.
It's perfect. Democracy. Perfect.
Very democratic.
Very patriotic.
Exactly.
I'm very mindful. I'm very patriotic. I think that we can this is where we'll kind of say that the podcast that we see going forward is very much the podcast that we already have, just more so expanded on and fleshed out. And so a lot of the same segments that are, they never really called them segments, but it's like it is what it is, right?
They have transition points and moving on. Yeah.
But they have certain things that they do. Maybe they don't do it each episode, but we wanna continue a lot of those. But one of the things that we're adding new is a top 5. And I will say that Snuff came up with this idea, because I was like, we all kind of agreed top 5 it might be a fun segment to do. Maybe you do top 5, stratagems against automatons, and maybe people in the Discord can kind of vote and be like, hey, what do you want next week's top 5 to be? But Snuff came up with the idea of having the top 5 Mike and Lito moments.
Yeah. I didn't fill out one though. I filled out something completely else. Although I fucking love Mike and Lito. They're great guys. Only talked to them a couple of times, but yeah, great guys. Love the podcast.
Yeah, so what's funny is we all three picked our top 5. So really this top 5 segment is a top 15.
Oh yeah.
But it is there is one moment that I think is everybody's top moment of Mike and Lito, or everybody's top super podcast moment. And we were like, let's not do it. Let's leave it out of the list. Like if we
it's his own thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what was it, Bacon?
It was Jeff Steiser's cameo, teaching them how to do the Halo voice.
Oh, that's perfect, dude.
I know Bacon's got the best one, the best Jeff Steiser voice I've ever heard. Yeah, so
we'll let that one out.
So let's go about it. Let's start with number 5. Let's go Snuff. Let's go Snuff, Bacon, and me, and then we'll keep rotating.
So yeah, I didn't choose Mike and Lito moments. I chose the most democratic things you can do. And number 5 for me is definitely helping the new recruits with whatever they need. Like, whatever. Help them out, guys. They need it. You need it. Superheroes need them. Help them out.
Oh yeah, because we all remember being a level 1 and just coming out of basic training and being like, what do I do now? And
Exactly.
yeah,
You don't
looking out
get
for
much in
those
the
guys.
basic training.
Yeah. I was so scared in basic training when it was the grenade section where you had to throw the grenades in the hole. And I'm like, there's bugs. Oh no, they're going to kill me. So yeah, look out for those guys.
Yeah, what about you, Bacon? What's your number 5?
My number 5 for the Mike and Lito moments, or the season 1 moments, is the Discord, the community that they kind of all brought together, and kind of being very warm-hearted, but yeah, just everyone that. Hold on, let me think
100%.
about my words before I say.
I mean, I 100% agree. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't play with other people until I joined that Discord. I joined it in September, I believe, last year.
Mhm.
And I just soloed before that. All solo, all the time.
Oh yeah, and really the community kind of taught me you can have fun fighting bugs, and it doesn't have to be all work. You can be like, hey, that totally drops loot right there. Bang, blows up.
Ooh, a piece of candy. Boom.
Ooh, piece of candy. That was a hell bomb. What are you talking about?
I always have a little bit of fun with the low
Yeah,
guys.
I love
asked them to slap the hell bombs that are placed here and there. Hey guy, go hit that thingy on the ground over there. See what happens.
But yeah, I agree. I like, the community is kind of because I played Helldivers, and then I kind of fell off, and then the community kind of helps you, as well as with the podcast as well. But the community kind of helps me personally, motivates me to get back into the game because I do enjoy the game, but sometimes you need a reason to play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my top
And the
5.
boys.
My top 5 is just Mike and Lito talking about Joel. So every time that they would bring up this new character, Joel, this mysterious guy who is so game master and kind of like changing things, and so yeah, that's my number 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every time they talked about Joel, I'm like, who is Joel? When did they get introduced? Is
Yeah, who
this
is Joel?
someone I need to know about? So, who is Joel?
Maybe we should cover that on a different episode. I need to do some research. I don't have a good answer.
Yeah, quick recap of who Joel is. Joel is the game master.
Okay.
He's the one who controls the story and what's happening. So he makes up all the scenarios on either we win the planet or lose the planet, and then he has a storyline after that, so he can go either way. Usually so from what I've gathered from the Arrowhead guys, is that you usually have 3 or 4 ways it can go after the planet is either liberated or lost. So yeah,
Dang.
he's basically the game master.
That's cool.
Like
He's the asshole that keeps pushing us back.
Cool.
Okay, so let's go to number 4. Let's do Snuff again.
So again, back to democratic stuff. It's a little bit traitor almost, because I think one very democratic thing to do is, especially in eradicate missions, run out of bounds, call in the traitor barrage, so they're basically you're the traitor now, clear the whole map, and then get in the ship and extract without dying. Super democratic.
Okay, hold up. How many
Very
times have you
weird.
done this?
A lot. Usually you end up dying, but sometimes you are lucky. I have cleared like regular missions as well with it. I've not cleared a flag racing mission with a traitor barrage yet, but that is on the list of what I'm gonna do at some point.
That's a fun challenge to do.
Yeah, great challenge.
All right, Bacon.
So my number 4 is confusing Mike and Leto, or thinking that Mike is Leto and Leto is Mike just because the names match better if Mike is the one with the kind of lower voice and then Leto is the one that's laughing a bit more. I don't know. It fits better for me being like, okay, that's Mike, that's Leto. But then it's like, no, that's Leto and that's Mike. And I'm like, wait a second. And pretty much everyone I've talked to, my coworker, you guys, is like, oh yeah, no, that's Mike. No, that's Leto. What?
Yeah,
No,
I think that
it's-
kind of leads up to your number 4, DB.
No, but it's so true. Yeah, because we were talking about our list and we were making our list together, and I wrote down, I was like, my number 4 is that Mike, every time Mike talks about the stalwart, because I was a machine gunner in the army. I have a soft spot for the machine gun. But I was the same thing. I mixed up the two. It was so funny.
Yeah, and then I mentioned it. No, that's not Mike, that's Leto. So yeah, he thought it was Mike, but I think we all have mixed them up.
Oh yeah.
You don't have any face for them, so you don't really know who they are.
No.
So
Leto having like a big mustache and like, he's happy and like
jolly good fella.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so just to make it clear, my number 4 is every time Leto talks about the stalwart. Just to it was rolled
Which is
into your
quite a
number
lot.
4. Yeah. It is quite a lot, and I like it.
Yeah.
I like every time.
Yeah. Go stalwart.
I love
that
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Amen.
It is
I
fun.
wish I could use it more. I play Automaton so much, Automaton Helldive so much, it's like I'm locked into doing the autocannon most of the time. But I do
Yeah.
like that stalwart for bugs.
Never be afraid of trying new things.
But yeah,
Yeah,
let's
then,
do, so we're on to number 3.
Yeah, so my democratic soul is back to democratic stuff again. So the next one for me is just sacrifice for democracy. Sacrifice yourself. We are all servants of freedom here. So if you're in a pinch, blow yourself up, baby. Call in that 500 on top of you. Use that Hellbomb backpack. Clear the map. Sacrifice yourself for Super Earth.
Call in a cluster bomb on DB. 4 times in a row.
What are you talking about? I never get any team kills.
I think last I saw it was 5 accidentals, but we won't mention that. We'll cut that out.
It's not accidentals, it's sacrifices.
So my number 3 is when they met their first Skull Admiral, the level 50, when that was the highest level, and brought him onto the podcast. I think his name was Matthew, and he was an X-ray tech in Pennsylvania. And I'm like, this dude is so cool. He's so chill. I want to go to Pennsylvania now and get X-rayed.
I want to break my arm just to meet him.
Exactly. I'm like, this dude sounds so chill. Let's have a barbecue.
Yeah, that was good. I actually listened to that episode today at work.
Really?
I listened to at work today when I got to work. I just put on the podcast from the first episode and just listened through half of the podcast while I was working.
Yeah, that honestly was a it was a good one. I do actually remember that one, and it was like because I feel like I either was close to level 50 or maybe I hit it around the same time.
Yeah.
But it is crazy now that like they upped the cap, and now Snuff is 3 times that guy. But yeah, so my number 3, the first time listener stories were introduced, man, that got me going, man. That is motivating. That's like awesome. So I think the next episode, or maybe 2 episodes from there, I think maybe the next one, I submitted one of my little listener stories.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it made an episode.
Very nice.
Yeah. Basically, my story, if I remember correctly, it was like I just did a story about a hell dive that I did on automatons, and basically we had separated. The team had separated, but they came back together, and then just wave after wave of automatons were like crashing on us, and they were in between us and the extract. And we fought through like so many waves of automatons to get through it. And then none of us had died.
I remember that. I remember hearing that story, and I'm like, wow, that is so cool. I would definitely be the guy who dies and dies and dies.
I think we all have been there.
Yeah,
Me.
That's usually the case.
I love the stories. I think those are great. It's fun to hear from the community. It's just beautiful, man.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the great segments that they introduced that like helps. It engages the listener base even more, and so it just makes the community better.
It is a really good way to engage with the community, and it's lovely to hear all the stories and experiences from all kinds of people all over the world, really.
And if you're listening, don't worry. We will include a couple listener stories at the end of the episode. Voiced by Bacon. He will be voicing them.
I'll try my best.
We could take turns, but you're definitely doing the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
And you might be doing ship names too, because you have a little... All right,
to
so
be announced.
I think we're up to number 2 for Snuff.
I think so. That's where we are, and that's the glorious Hellbomb backpack sacrifice. The Witness Me. We'll come back to that later because I do have a challenge for you guys. That is my number 2. Run in there, baby. Blow it up.
All right,
my number 2 Mike and Lito moment was I was listening to it earlier today for homework, and in episode 16 Lito was talking about the community and how like they went away for a little bit and the Discord kind of took the torch. They passed the torch off to the Discord, and I'm like, whoa, that's so cool. He kind of predicted that they'll retire and they'll pass it on to the Discord. And I'm like, wow, that was really cool.
A little bit of foreshadowing there.
Exactly. I'm like, wow, that's kind of interesting, because he used the same terminology as well. You guys pass the torch, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Let's see, what's mine? Number 2 is Mike and Lito find out about Helldivers 1. Oh yeah, it's that interview where I think they had found out about Helldivers 1 or had mentioned it in the episode previous to that episode, but they ended up interviewing 2 people who played together. Maybe it was husband and wife, and they were like big Helldivers 1 people, and I had never heard of it. Obviously I knew it existed because Helldivers 2, there has to be a first one, but that was cool.
start off with
Yeah.
2. 2's the best number.
Funny
Yeah.
enough, I get shit about this like from my wife, but I read the second Harry Potter book first.
Really?
And then
Controversial.
I mean, the second Cars movie is definitely peak with Tow Mater being an international spy going on secret mission.
It's a lot of good number 2s.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I think we're up to number one. Everybody's number one. So
Yeah.
Bacon and mine's number one Mike and Lito moments, and Snuff's number one Democratic moment.
Yeah, so this is probably one of the things other people in the community know me best for, and the maniac ways of the super privates.
One of
and
the
that
many.
is the way of the axe.
Mm.
Go in there melee, killing heavy enemies with the axe. So satisfying, very democratic. You usually end up sacrificing yourself for doing that, but man, is it fun. Grab the axe, grab some kind of shield, either directional, bubble shield, or the ballistic shield. Go in there, baby. Jump on top of them. Start hitting that weak spot. Boom, there you go.
Watching it in person is just otherworldly. I'm like, is that Thor just going up to the giant and just bam, bam, and seeing it in slow motion, blood everywhere.
It's the Dingadurgan way of the Norwegians, you know. You Valhalla, baby.
Getting back to your roots with that one.
Yeah, that's probably what most people, especially the new people who haven't played that much with me yet, but that's probably what they know me most for. Just always going the melee reach. I love that thing.
All right, Bacon,
So-
your number one Mike and Lito moment.
My number one Mike and Lito moment has to be the farewell episode, the last episode of season 1. I listened to it at work, but I really should have sat down or laid down in bed to just feel the emotions of that episode. And oh my gosh, the goodbye and just being like, wait, it's over? Oh no. And then
Yeah,
just
that-
feeling that, ah.
Yeah,
But
when
then-
I was at work when it came out, I just had to take a pause from work. I sat down and just had to listen through the whole thing.
Mm.
I had to take a break.
Oh yeah. It was so emotional. But after the episode, I had to go to the Discord and seeing everyone like saluting and like being like farewell good soldiers. It was like I almost cried. It was so emotional and we're gonna miss you.
I mean, I'm sure they will still be with us.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
100%.
maybe a little bit less than they were, of course, but they're not
Right.
going away.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And we don't want them to go away.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
But yeah, that's my number one favorite.
And what about you, DB?
My number one Mike and Lito moment. It was, let's see, Lito finds out the automatons were defeated live on a podcast, and then he found out live that they came back, and he was like, okay, I gotta boot up the game. We gotta fight him right now.
They were gone. Yeah, I listened to that episode today.
Which episode was that one?
Oh, I don't remember the exact number, but it's one of the earlier ones.
Was it one of the solo ones?
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
It wasn't a solo one.
It's one of the ones in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact one, but
Yeah. I'll have to go back and listen to that. But oh man.
Great episode, man.
all right.
It's
Well,
A lady goes like, "No, are they gone? I was gonna fight automatons today."
yeah, like I was looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah, funny thing I remember about the melee part now is there's a very funny bug for the melee right now if you use the directional shield and an axe combined. So if you have directional shield and aim, and you dive towards the Devastator, you will automatically climb on top of it, and you can one-shot it in the head with the axe.
Whoa.
Yeah. Very funny bug. Very
That's
glorious.
cool.
Very effective as well.
Oh yeah.
So we're also gonna go over patch notes. I think in the future we might be a little bit more thorough. I'm just gonna briefly go over patch notes really quick, like the most recent ones, because they're not super recent at the time of recording this episode. There's a war bond. Super Earth calls for devotees with the latest war bond, Servants of Freedom. Let's be honest, Helldivers, Super Earth is worth it, no matter what it is. So what does true devotion to democracy look like? Hell bombs. It looks like hell bombs. So,
Hell yeah.
so the latest patch was February 14th. Of course, introduced that war bond, and it introduces the personal hell bomb. Which, Snuff, do you actually want to tell us kind of like what it is and how you can use it and what's its intended purpose?
Oh, the hell bomb?
Yeah, the personal hell
It's
bomb.
It's for sacrifices, dude.
But
No, it's basically
to someone who has no idea what we're talking about, what is it? How do you call it in? Do you wear it? Do you carry it?
Yeah. So it is a stratagem backpack, kind of like if you're calling a recoilless, you get a backpack for the ammo. It works the same way, but it's a portable hell bomb that you can carry around, so you can run in with it to bases to blow up, for example, observation towers, the Eye of Sauron, you know, or a base. So you can run in there, activate it, and run out, or you can do it the democratic way and sacrifice yourself with it.
Now, what if it gets shot?
Now, actually, I haven't. After I activated it, I haven't had a bullet hit it yet, so I do not know if it blows up.
So you're telling me you haven't got shot with it at all yet, even before you activate it?
I have died with it activated, like myself, but the hell bomb itself haven't been shot at.
Okay.
So I do not know if it blows up or not. I was thinking it does, but I do not know.
I think it's time for me to get payback.
Only if you catch me.
Probably can't. Even with a jump pack, probably not.
I have my ways.
So, okay, other things that were done in recent patches are spray weapons, gas effect duration has changed, emoting while flying or ragdolling has been added. Let's see, the guard dog has a breath rework. There's been, some crash fixes, weapon fixes, stratagem fixes. But we'll just make it quick for this episode, so that's a quick patch notes section.
And this patch was mostly like fixing a few bugs here and there, things like that, and just balancing the gas stuff. Gas is so good right now.
All right, go ahead and pull up your Discord, Bacon, and let's go to the listener stories section.
Listener stories. Let's see. All right.
Let's see, you want a swear word? I can fill out that one for you.
Yeah, I'll just go silent and you just speak. It'll be smooth. We'll keep going.
Hell yeah.
Perfect. All right. The mission was already achieved, but I still dived. Samples in the field, cried the sergeant. So still, I dived. The landing was smooth. The roofing cracked, showering. What? Hold on. The landing was smooth. The roofing cracked, showering the surrounding and debris.
Reporting to the front.
Nearby samples, and more importantly, a wasp launcher and supply pod ready for me to load up and face the enemy. Looking left and right before I cross the street, I take sight of a hovering target. Level the wasp and finger the trigger. The crack pop and the snuff.
Oh, bastard. Paying very close attention there, you can see.
Drops like a horsefly, high on more time. The horde before it tumbled forward towards me, into the welcome embrace of 2 fresh puddles of flame. I'm awesome in turn.
How'd you like the taste of freedom?
9:37 a.m. They hadn't stood a chance. The harvester had snapped the diver's head instantly making popcorn or equivalent microwave snack.
Oh.
And now I was dropping into the suburb for my turn. I was ready, in a way that the previous amateurs weren't. I pop up from the pod, ready. A 500, I think it's 50 kg? 500?
Yeah, 500.
A 500. Okay, cool. A 500 kg, then turret stratagem thrown, so that the tripod is wrecked before the turret lands to wipe the zomboids and clean house.
Fuck. Too close.
Too close. 2, 1, 1. 9:37 a.m. I think that's from the Discord.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think so.
Oh, well.
But it adds to the story. They're pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Is it hot? Gosh darn, I'm sweaty. Must be a dodgy aircon.
I think air conditioning.
Why don't the... Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Must be a dodgy air conditioning. Why don't health pods have air conditioning? The ship has air conditioning. My cape flowed all cool and
Oh, shit.
dive. Gosh darn, who put a turret in the middle of a street? Oh, a launcher. And samples. Who drops their
Shit.
Shit.
in the middle of the street? Well, time to run, I guess. Can't go east. Better head north and swing around. Quiet to the LZ. Sweet super Earth, I'm hot. Jesus, this planet is pretty, but so hot. I need to check about the aircon suits. Thank God there's no illuminate on this planet. Beep boop, beep beep bop. I don't know how they sound.
Oh, that's fucking beautiful, man.
And now we wait.
Oh, fuck.
That's a scout thingy dive. Do plants hide divers scanning thingies? Where is everyone? Is it hot or just me? I'm not here, Mr. Floaty. You can go away. Great.
Floaty.
Another friend? You passing through? Nope. Okay. Think. Walking barrage? Walking barrage?
Fuck.
Yeah. See you later, friend. Meet Mr. Orbital Artillery. I am all that remains. All that is, was, and will be in this moment. I am one with the wind. My pod races the pelican to the surface like a diving falcon. I land. My arms guiding me to the samples, like hair on a wire. My arms, chest and legs then explode as a shell makes me one with the ground.
Okay, I think
Edited.
I think that it's fair to add that this was added by a Burnt Bridges, and I will say apparently I didn't add the first part.
Oh.
It happens.
Whoopsies.
If we are a little lost, maybe that's why.
Yeah, Abernt poses great stories, man. He's amazing at writing stories. He's really good at it.
Okay, well maybe it might have been a different one because I guess the one before that was 9:13 and this one was at 9:37. So maybe this was the full one that we read.
Maybe. Do we have
I
any
don't know.
more stories that we want to read?
I think we're good since this is kind of like the pilot episode. I think we're good with
Yeah.
one story.
Yeah.
And then let's see, what else? What other segments did we have? Okay.
Go over to ship names, I believe.
Ship
Ship
names.
names. I think Venom Crusher 5 is the next one to be read, actually. Now, this might be overlapping with other people as well.
Oh,
of
100%.
course. But that's alright. That's completely alright to be read more than once. It's just more democracy for that person, you know?
Amen, brother.
Super Earth recognizes you.
Yes, we do. This is Venom Crusher 5, reporting from the SES founding father of family values.
What did he say anything about why he picked that name?
I picked the name because it fits my personality on the game.
Ah, let's see.
So he's-
Very funny name. Very funny name.
He's a founding
Love it.
father.
Yeah. And next one, I believe, is Cake the Banker.
Mm-hmm. You want to take that one?
Yeah, sure. It's Cake the Banker. SES, Spear of Justice. That is. Let's see. What did he choose it? All right, so it's an Undertale reference. He says Undertale is a great game. Spear of Justice is subjectively one of the best songs in it. Also, Undyne is cool, he says. So, yeah, very good name. Spear of
Very
Justice.
nice. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for service.
Thank
And
you for
also thank
service.
you for the service, Venom Crusher.
Yes, thank you for your service.
All right, Fleet SES, Guardian of Starlight. Based off a
Thank you for your
potential
service.
novel name. Thank you for your service. Based off a potential
for
novel
service.
name I wanted to put out there one day, but it also fits my motto as a helldiver, to protect all those under the gracing light shining from the stars of democracy. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Welcome to the Discord, Nova.
Welcome, welcome.
Please join the ship sometime. Join in.
Oh yeah. Don't be scared.
Be scared
A
of
lot
my
of people
airburst,
don't bite.
but nothing else.
Just the airburst. Don't fall for the hell bomb disabled whatever thing. Yeah, it has a piece of candy.
Okay, so I think
No.
we can move on to the next kind of. I think we're good on ship names. I think we move on to the next segment. So, Snuff. Actually, why don't you take this one?
Yeah, I have a little community task for everyone. So, the task, same as challenge, you know, and it is the Witness Me challenge. So this is a reference to Mad Max Fury Road, obviously, for those people who have seen it, and maybe not so obvious for the other people. But I want you to screenshot or record a video of the highest kill streak you get with a backpack hell bomb. You cannot drop the hell bomb. You must survive until it goes off. So basically you have to keep it on the back until it goes off. You are also your own witness if you don't have any else. And you must yell, "Witness me!" So yeah, please try to do the challenge. Give me some screenshots and I will witness you in the battlefield.
So,
Looking
explain the
forward to this.
parameters a little more. Do you have to go an entire mission without dying?
No. You don't have to do that, but when you use you're just trying to get the highest kill streak possible with one hell
With
bomb.
one hell bomb.
Yeah.
And you have
So
to.
you have multiple chances through one mission, of course, because you can call in a new one. This is just like one blast, highest kill streak possible.
Okay. But wait, you can't drop the hell bomb, so you have to.
Oh, you have to sacrifice yourself, baby.
So, if you're playing on Terminids or bots and you see a whole bunch kind of grouped up together,
Mm-hmm.
You see
Run
that,
in
and
there,
you're like,
run in there with a hell bomb activated. Go in there, try to survive as long as possible until it goes off, and yell.
and you
"Witness
have to
me."
yell, "Witness me!"
Of course, you gotta keep that reference to Fury Road, man. A lot of people in the Discord already know this. That's how to do it. But yeah, give me those screenshots. I want to see all the beautiful sacrifices.
Same
All
here,
right.
same here.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So go ahead and send those in to the Discord, and I think we're at the end of the episode. Yeah, we're gonna close it out. At this time, we're gonna say, go to the Discord, submit your listener stories, submit your ship names. Go ahead and submit TikToks and Instagram reels that you want to see on the podcast in the future. And with that, how do we sign up?
Well, that's a good question. I haven't really prepared that.
Me either.
First of all, thank you for listening in. That's for sure.
Yeah. Thank you. I hope you guys vote for us, and
Thank you for
stay very demure, very patriotic,
very democratic, very liberty, very freedom.
All right, with that,
very hell bomb.
All right, thank you guys. See you on the front lines.
All Super Earth podcast content is based on the game Helldivers 2, created by Arrowhead Game Studios and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment.